everyone. This month, I'm going to look at the entirety of the Cartoon Network miniseries from last year, Over the Garden Wall. The first 5 episodes now, and the last 5 in the next video.
Now, here's the part where I would normally give my basic thoughts on the series, but since this is a look at the entire series, I'll save it till the end.
So let's take a look at The Old Grist Mill, Hard Times at the Husking Bee, Schooltown Follies, Song of the Dark Lantern, and Mad Love. Oh, and before we start, here's a spoiler warning. Watch the show if you haven't, or if you choose not to, then don't complain, please. Anyways, let's begin. The first episode starts with quick previews of things to come, which I actually didn't catch until my second time watching it. After which, we cut to our main characters, 2 half-brothers named Wood and Greg. The former of which is voiced by Elijah Wood. They're trying to get home by walking through the woods, but Wood realizes that they're kinda lost. They see a man chopping wood and debate if they should talk to him for help, but someone else talks to them instead.
Maybe I can help you. I mean, you guys are lost, right?
What in the world is going on?
Well, you're slapping yourself, and I'm answering your question, and...
No, Greg. A bird's brain isn't big enough for cognizant speech.
Hey, what was that?
I mean, I'm just saying, you're weird. Like, not normal. I mean, oh my gosh, stop talking to it, Word.
It?
What are you doing here? Explain yourselves.
And I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Calm down, mister. Well, whatever you do here is your business. We just want to get home with all of our legs and arms attached.
These woods are no place for children. Don't you know the beast is afoot here?
The beast? We don't know anything about that. We're just 2 lost kids trying to get home.
Well, welcome to the unknown, boys. You're more lost than you realize.
The woodsman, voiced by Christopher Lloyd, tells them because of the beast he has to keep his lantern lit, and the 2 brothers talk about the possibility of knocking him out and running away.
What are you boys whispering about?
We're talking about running way out of here.
Shh.
Leave if you wish. But remember, the beast haunts these woods, ever singing his mournful melody in the search of lost souls such as yourselves.
To help us?
No, not to help you. I have work to do in the mill. When I am finished, I will do what I can to guide you. If you are still here when I return...
Greg then goes looking for his missing frog, finding him in the barrel, but something else finds them both in the barrel.
You have beautiful eyes.
Greg rushes in with the monster chasing him, and the woodsman tries to fight it off, but Greg makes the woodsman slip, and it knocks him out because Greg is a fucking idiot.
I mean, okay, he is a kid, so it is kinda excusable, but he's still a bit of an idiot.
Greg then starts hitting the monster with the woodsman's axe, and you may think, huh, that's kinda badass, but no, he's hitting it with the handle part. The monster chases the 2 brothers into the woodsman's mill, and Greg throws candy at it, which it eats. This makes Wood realize that Greg led the monster right to them since he left a trail of candy. They are then chased to the roof, and Greg throws his last piece of candy off said roof. The monster goes after it and gets caught in the mill's wheel, which makes it cough up a turtle and turns it back into a normal dog. What?
Seriously, what? How the fuck does that work? I'm pretty sure if a dog swallowed a turtle, it would choke to death, not turn into a fucking warg.
The now conscious woodsman sees the destroyed mill and says that Wood is to blame because he's the older brother. Not Greg, who led the monster to them, put a piece of candy on the turtle that turned the dog into a monster in the first place, and knocked out the woodsman. Bullshit! The 2 then move on. The second episode begins with the 2 of them walking, and they come across the talking bird from the last episode, who, after Greg helps her out of a thorny bush, she introduces herself as Beatrice, and says that she'll bring them to a witch named Adelaide, who can help them get home. But Wood doesn't trust this idea and moves forward until they reach a town called Pottsfield. The town seems abandoned until they find a barn full of these guys.
All these pumpkin people and not one of them looks as cool as Jack.
What the? Oh, pardon me there. Say, you folks ought to don your vegetables and celebrate the harvest with us.
Oh, you're wearing costumes.
Well, sure. Pumpkins can't move on their own. can they?
One of them talks to Wood, and when he mentions that they're just passing through town, the pumpkin people turn on them, accusing them of trying to ruin their festival, and the big one sentences them to community service, which they do, and we end with them digging some holes.
Huh. Kinda like that one Shia LaBeouf movie. You know, the one with the holes? But I can't remember what it was called. Oh, I know. Transformers 3.
Which this may not be completely related, but am I the only one that thinks that the fact that they gave Beatrice a tiny bird-sized shovel is just freaking adorable? Granted, I question where the hell did they get a shovel that small, but it's still adorable. Anyways, Greg finds something.
What'd you find?
A skeleton!
Ah! We're digging our own.
Wood asks Beatrice to help get the balls and chains off, which she does, and she and Greg escape, leaving Wood behind. The skeleton that Greg dug up comes out of the hole and starts dressing up into pumpkins, as does one from the hole Wood dug. Wood, putting two and two together, realizes that all these pumpkin people are really skeletons. The big pumpkin says that Wood can leave if he wants, but he'll have to join them someday.
Huh. That's kinda strange. I mean, some do say that humans descended from skeletons, but what, is Wood going to evolve back into a skeleton? I highly doubt that.
Wood tries to scold Beatrice for leaving him behind, but she points out that he could have left a while ago. He catches up with her and Greg, and the trio moves on. On to episode 3. Not much happens in episode 3. What about the potatoes and molasses song?
What about the potatoes and molasses song?
I mean, yes, there are some really good interactions between Wood and Beatrice, with him purposely not listening to her after she called him a pushover, but the best way to enjoy those is by watching the actual episode.
So in the end, there's not really much in this episode that's worth recapping, so I'll just do it quickly.
They find a school for animals. There's a wild gorilla. The teacher's father looks like a jerk, but he's a really good guy trying his best to help fund the school. Greg and Wood set up a band for concert to get funds, and the gorilla turns out to be the teacher's boyfriend who's dressed up as a gorilla to join the circus to try to get money for a wedding ring. On to episode 4. We see the woodsman for a bit, but then we cut to our heroes riding in a cart of hay, but after a sharp turn they fall out and see a tavern that Wood doesn't want to go in because...
It's creepy.
Despite that, they go in, but Beatrice is kicked out of the tavern just because she's a bird. Wood, trying to get directions, ends up making the people in the tavern sing. Though once he tells them that they are travelers, they want to hear about their stories. Though once Wood mentions the beast, they tell him that the beast turns people into trees to burn in his lantern. Hearing this, Wood comes to the conclusion that the woodsman must be the beast. They hear Beatrice scream and Wood rushes out, taking a horse and grabbing Greg. They come across the woodsman with an unconscious Beatrice near him. Greg grabs Beatrice while Wood kicks the lantern out of the woodsman's hand and they escape while he's distracted. Beatrice wakes up and says that she got knocked out by flying into a tree. And we learn that the horse that Wood stole is named Fred and he could talk. Then this happens.
It seems you're running out of oil, woodsman. Why not let me take the lantern for a while?
Be gone, beast! I fought you for the lantern before, and I'll fight you again.
No need for violence, woodsman, but be sure to keep it lit, or your daughter's flame will go out. Forever. Now, what direction did those children go?
You leave those children be! Beast! Beast!
Now on to episode 5. It starts with the quartet having dinner with this rich guy named Quincy, who Wood and Greg are pretending to be his nephews because...
Beatrice, why are you pretending I'm this guy's nephew?
We need money.
You're scamming him?
I was thinking more like flat out stealing from him.
What? No way.
Why not? We already stole a horse.
Hey, guys.
No, we didn't. Fred's a talking horse. He can do whatever he wants.
I want to steal.
They follow Quincy into his parlor, where he tells them about a beautiful maiden he saw in the painting. But he also thinks he might have saw her outside the painting, so he thinks that there may be a ghost in the house. He, Greg, and Fred go to find the ghost he mentioned, while Wood and Beatrice stay behind in the parlor looking for some loose chains, and they end up going in a wardrobe, where Beatrice reveals something about herself.
Do people even do that?
Well, I've done it on my clothes.
You wear clothes? Like a little bird vest or something? Or little bows?
When I was a human, fool.
You used to be human? Did I know that? I don't think I knew that.
Jiminy Cricket, let's just find some coins, all right? Open the door.
It's stuck. Well, guess we have to spend some quality time together.
Help!
We cut back to Greg, Quincy, and Fred, where Quincy starts to question if he really saw a ghost and starting to think that he might just be insane. We cut back to Wood and Beatrice, where after they find another way out, Beatrice reveals more about herself.
Fine. I threw a rock at a bluebird and it cursed me and my family, and now we're all bluebirds. Happy? Now you go.
Wood decides to do the same.
Well, it's weird to admit it, but, well, I have this crush on this girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
That's all?
And I think about her a lot, and I play clarinet.
Wirt, you gotta be kidding me.
And I secretly whisper poetry to myself in my room at night.
Wirt, that stuff's not weird. Those are just, well, the poetry thing is weird. But those are just character traits.
Now out, Wood notices that they are now in an area with completely different architecture from Quincy's mansion, which makes Wood realize something. But first we cut back to the other three, where they enter the room where Quincy saw the ghost, who appears, and the two of them faint. When they wake up, they introduce themselves to each other, reveal that they are not ghosts, and ask why the other is in their home. It turns out, since they have a shit ton of money, they both expanded upon their mansion so much they accidentally ended up connecting the two.
Damn these filthy rich jerks.
The two of them get together, and Fred stays behind. The rich couple give Greg the 2 cents that they needed, and he throws them into a fountain because Greg is a fucking idiot.
So that was the first 5 episodes of Over the Garden Wall. Join me next time for the remaining 5.
Led through the mist by the milk light of moon, all that was lost is revealed. Our long bygone burdens, mere echoes of the spring. But where have we come, and where shall we end?
Curse you, lady. Curse you. You'll die someday, and I'll laugh. Laugh! Ha 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 ha!